Back with another Siege video. Had to try hard a little bit more. We're playing Unknown and we played Summoner's PL. Summoner's PL is normally a lower ranked guild, but Unknown is a really good guild. We actually played them in semi-finals, quarterfinals. Well, round 3 of the Siege tournament. I'm not sure what that one was. Trying out something new, Kaki and Lauren together. So the idea behind this team is that the Karkana will never take a turn. Karkana took a turn. Rip. That's not how what's supposed to happen. So do we have a chance of still winning this? That proc was pretty beneficial actually. And that proc was pretty beneficial actually. So actually these two units do a lot of damage. So this was by far not the safest team. Two procs really saved my ass, but maybe the Karkana, or not the Karkano, the, did I say Karkano? Oh, I said Karkano before for him taking a turn. No, but by Kaki, actually, yeah. Maybe if you had a unit that actually could survive something there, it would have been a little bit more beneficial, or maybe not get armor broken in the first turn. That also helps out quite some. But however, this kind of still worked, which is not the best counter to this, but this is a free-to-play defense, and a lot of teams, or like a lot of guilds, are using this right now. And it's an annoying team to deal with. It's actually a really difficult, annoying team to deal with. So trying to find more counters, and most of the damage of these two units are actually additional damage by artifacts. And using my overused team, which is pretty OP and always wins, blah blah blah, too much additional damage, scratch the shit out of it, more bombs, explode. Pretty easy. This team, if the bombs land, if Gianna stun lands, this team always wins. This is still one of the best counters. Like MS in general is one of the best counters on this. The only issue I had, normally I cleanse away that armor break. Currently I could not cleanse away that armor break. He got a proc. That was not good. So I got a whole bunch of procs there, but not that useful if the other lady is not there. So you can revive that. But yeah, I noticed that Betta is a shit unit. And that in this case, you kind of need a Triana or you need a friend. I still have to make that second friend. So yeah, this didn't really work out in the end. So unless you're faster, that would help. Or you're actually on will runes, which my Shina's not. Maybe I should push Shina on will runes. That would have helped. But yeah, I got a first turn armor break and then I got like hella fucked. Rip. So yeah, no more Betta and offense. Not a big Betta fan in general. So this is one of those teams that also really works against it. Main thing you want to do is just only use your heals if the units that can be armor broken, so anything but Tractor, is lowest HP, and otherwise you don't use heals and they hit Tractor and it's pretty fine. You use your S2 for more defense buff, and main damage comes actually from, like, I have speed, defense, triple defense would work on this. You have some destroy on it, and a lot of the damage comes from additional damage artifacts on defense. So with that said, you just have a pretty long fight, and at some point stuff is gonna die, and yeah, this team, I think it's pretty safe. Sure, if they have like units that do a lot of damage, you get some armor broken on like your side units and they start killing stuff. It could happen, but it's, if they're decently ruined with like reduction from like wind damage, then it's pretty doable to survive that kind of stuff. Then it just takes a while and you will kill it. Okay, using my fun team, which doesn't always work, but is still kind of fun. Against this is kind of risky because they actually have shield runes, and because of shield runes, S2 of Gemini is not that likely to land. Also, that was not that beneficial, so are we still going to be able to win that? That Heritite actually doesn't do jack shit of damage, while he also stole the attack of Gemini, which is probably not that much. We got some resets. We got a Carnal that is an OP unit, so we gotta work with that. One despair in the middle. Provokes, no provokes. That Heritite is, the Heritite should be ruined like a lot better. If you stole like full stack already and on an armor break you only hit like 13k, that's not so much. So No glancing debuffs whatsoever. Okay, we got back to 5 stacks. We got an armor break. We got issues. So S2 to actually drain attack bar and some HP. Good proc. The proc really saved my ass. We got provoke up there. Get a pushback. We are faster. We lap. We push back even more. And I think we are in the Gucci. So was this risky? Yes, this was risky. Am I still gonna use this team? Yeah, probably, but because I like this team. But is it risky? Yeah, it's kind of risky. I think I should use something else than Carnal, because Carnal, you cannot expect Carnal to stun. You cannot expect him to push back as much. So I think Changpeng fits in there with his speed, crit damage, attack bolt on like max Aki. But this, I'm not sure with Carnal. Carnal is a really good unit, but probably he is better in some scenario where it's more like bruiser-ish, where he actually has a support that can heal him and stuff. So this is the typical team. Main thing you want to do here is you want to kill Carcano with the both S3s, and then afterwards it should be a pretty easy fight. Just hit it, like putting some silences, hitting the Savannah from time to time. It's not that bad. I will win this like most of the time. You get used to that with team. Right? Then another counter to this, which is pretty typical, which is just doing this. Kali 2A would help, but I don't really like to use my dimensional hole energy on stuff that is not rune farming. So therefore, just doing this. Still does enough damage. And if it didn't do enough damage, I could have still like do damage with Garo, and then it would be fine. So in the end, it's mostly just fine. Also, Garo has good potential to like solo like Arcano and Savannah together. So most of the time, you'll win this one. It's a pretty safe one. Then this only works if you know your outspeed, so you have to know either one that's like one of your guildies lost against, because it was like Despair, or well, Despair is difficult to see, but well, maybe from S1, S2 so you can see the Despair is easier. But I'm talking about the Clara, or that the Clara Vio procced, but a lot of these teams actually don't have Swift Claras, and then it's pretty easy to just miss item. So this was a little bit more of a tryout team. This one didn't work out that well, if I remember correctly. So yeah, you actually have to lap while doing that. That's the case. So good thing I have 100% resist or Rika, and he doesn't have that much Aki on his units, which helped me out quite a bunch here. But this was fairly tricky. So what went wrong here is that I don't have speed lead. He was a lot faster than me, and he actually pushed back. So the push up from Heigang is just 15%. If you get pushed back more than that, you can, yeah, you still net 0, or you net minus. So that is not that great, and therefore in this case Changpeng actually caught up. But good thing Rika was resisting the stuff, and then still was easily able to clear this. But yeah, this could be that's the issue with Heigang, like both in RTA but also in Siege. If you want to use it like this, you actually have to be on proper speed, because his boost up is not that much. And then the final match, which was really old school, they had the Galleon, Clara plus Savannah, which I tend to like to do with this team, but then with a Mio, because Mio just gets a lot of attack bars, possible to stun, that kind of stuff. I actually made Mio here like 100 crit rate, so you don't expect Miho to do that much like counter stuff here, because none of these units really focus her. But then it's just like an offensive unit. She just hits a lot, and also made her like, I think like 0 speed here or something. So it was really made for this team at this moment, which works out pretty well. But this would work a lot less against Carcano. However, most Carcanos are high crit rate, so maybe you can get away with it. Either how, that's 7 wins, and we had 2 wins before, then 1 lose, so that's 9 out of 10. So I hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next one. Maybe more toying around, maybe it's a serious siege. We will see either how, guys. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.